Hey, welcome back to Seduction Tech, Seduction Technology, Seduction Techniques. And this episode is something very close to heart and is just a piece of advice. It's never like a woman more than she likes you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, this is the problem. Do you really have control over that? Right? Because you don't. You don't. You may meet someone and they turn out to be an amazing person. You end up falling head over heels for this person. Turn out they're a piece of garbage, right? It's too deep. You're already in. And maybe you think, oh, they'll change, or maybe you think, oh, it's me, or maybe whatever. But you know this person isn't right for you, right? But it's too late because now you like her more than she likes you. You can use love. You love her more than she loves you. However, if you recognize the signs when you're liking a person, you kind of know, like it starts, you don't know what to expect. And the next thing you know, you're thinking about this person. You're eating lunch, you're thinking about this person. A song comes on, you're thinking, and then you start seeing those, like, oh, wait. You need to start once recognizing those facts that you're like, this person is taking a lot of mental real estate. Right. And that's very important for us because we should be out there thinking about us and what we need to do. We need to be out there, whether it be working out, working, making money. We need to be thinking about us, our health, our well-being. And whenever someone comes in and starts stealing that little bit of mental space and inserting themselves in there, where now, you can only think of one thing at a time. So if you're thinking about her, you're not thinking about your work. So if you're thinking about her, you're not thinking about the gym. So you need to immediately pause and just take a break. And it sounds counterproductive because like, oh, wait, but we're hitting it off. And you're taking a break to examine you and allowing the time to tell you if she actually likes you too, because you might be thinking of her, every time you hear a song, she's thinking of her ex. Well, how would you know? She's definitely not going to tell you. So taking it slow means reflecting, means not diving in, and a lot of times our instincts will let us know. A lot of times our instincts tell us, yo, go full speed ahead. Always, that's one thing. Anything that I ever say, your instincts should override. Anything anybody ever tells you, your instincts always override that. So if your instincts tell you one thing, dive in. If your instinct tells you to pull back. But this is what I'm saying, you should pull back. Now, if your instinct tells you to go right in, you just have to be really careful because you're going to end up in a situation. This is the beginning of broken hearts, right? The expectations of reciprocal love or reciprocal like. And it's impossible that two people would love or like each other at the same amount. There's never 50-50. There's always 70-30. There's always 90-10. It's never 50-50. And when you think it's 50-50, that's what you think. Because you're at least 50, you're 50. You're expecting this person to be 52 because you're like, well, out of 100, if I'm 50, then she's got to be 50. Nope, that's not the way it works here. Just because you're 50 out of your 100. But she might be 10. She might like you 10% and she likes her ex-boyfriend still 90. And she's not going to tell you. Some of these are things that you're not going to find out unless you're one of those, psycho dudes going on a girl's phone and looking for messages. By the way, that's a whole other episode, but don't do that. Never, ever, ever in your life touch a girl's phone. Trust me, do not. If you like her more than she likes you, pull back, pull away. That's just a heartbreak waiting to happen. And if you pull back and she pursues you, that's a better situation now. Now you're evened out the playing field. You have some leverage. But if you pull back, if she don't give a, a good thing you pull back, because that's a loss. And you would have lost right now that you pull back on your own terms, or you would have lost in the future. So just keep that in mind. Always keep that test. And there's you can actually test it out. Maybe that's a whole nother episode, because how do you know if she even likes you, right? How do you know that she's not? Look, every woman has an ideal man, and she usually will settle for the closest thing to that. And you may not be that ideal man, but you were given a chance for whatever reason. However, that doesn't mean that you took that ideal man out of her heart, out of the picture. He's always going to be there. Always. And as time goes by, yeah, he's still there. And maybe things situate. And you're never going to take all those memories from her. You're never going to take that person from her heart, her mind, her soul. You know, you have to think this way. You got to think, wow, am I really occupying her mental real estate like she does me? Or am I occupying any space? You know, you might not be as special as you think you are to her. So you need to test those things out. And don't assume because of blah, blah, blah. Oh, she told me this. Actions speak louder than words. Oh, well, she always treats me well. I feel great when I'm with her and we have a great time. Just slow down. If it is a great time, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. There's nothing you can do to ruin that. And if it's not meant to be, it's better for it not to be now than later. Because now you wasted time. And maybe your real soulmate, your real person that you're looking for, that ideal person, just walked right by you. But because you were so focused on this girl, your real life-changing person that was going to be just best thing for you walked right past you. You didn't even know. So life is a waiting room for death. You don't need to rush. You don't want to get to that death part, right? You just enjoy that ride. You know, you're born. Enjoy this time until you need to go to the next phase in the universe. But if she likes you less than you like her, that's probably the biggest red flag you'll have. And probably 10 times out of 10, that's going to be a heartbreak at some point in your life. Maybe even 10 years, 20 years later. So be careful. Be careful with who you let in your emotional being, in your space, in your emotional energy, because they can drain that energy, and then you might waste 20 years of your life, 10 years, 5 years, 2 months of lifetime, because you didn't do the due diligence you need to do when it comes to vetting the other person's feelings. So if someone needs to hear this, make sure you share it and subscribe for other episodes.